Okay, I'm live. Awesome. Yeah, I received an email, a comment actually, from John Ulsh. And John is also taking pictures with his XT2. And John was wondering if he should go for the 16 or the 23 lens. Um, yeah, he wants to learn about photography, and he was wondering if yeah, coming from a zoom lens, he wants to use a prime lens right now, and he is wondering if he should go for the 16 or the 23. And as you may know, I made a video about the 23 because I really like shooting with the 23. But the thing is that the 16 is also a very good lens, and a lot of people use that lens. I have just recently ordered the 16, so I cannot speak about the lens as for what it is, because I don't have it yet. I only have the lens hood. That's what they sent, but they didn't send me the lens itself. So regarding the focal length, I think there is a pretty big difference between 16 and 23. I do like shooting wide angle really a lot, but I think if you want to learn and get into photography, then it's better to start with the 23. But that being said, I think it really depends a lot on, first of all, your shooting style, of course. It depends on your subjects, and it depends if, yeah. For example, if you shoot a lot of portraits, then the 16 is too wide, in my opinion. But if you like to shoot a lot of environmental portraits, then the 16 might be the better choice. If you like to have a more versatile lens that you can use for portrait and for street photography, for landscape, for architecture, then you should definitely use the 23, because this translates to a 35 focal length, and that's much more versatile than the 16, which would translate to, I haven't calculated that yet, 16, yeah, it's more like 24, which is also a nice focal length to shoot in, but I think if you start, go with the 23. John also wondered if he would have any problems with the lack of the WR, the weather resistance on the 16, no, on the 23, because he lives in Portland, Oregon, and he says that this might be an issue in the wet climate in that he lives. It might be, but I think much more in the long term, and I mean more than 3, 4, 5 years, maybe even maybe you won't even have a problem at all. I have never had any issues with lenses that are not weather resistant. I have used Canon lenses that aren't weather resistant. I have used all my Fuji lenses that aren't weather resistant, and I have not had any problems at all. So that might be different for you, but it depends on in what kind of conditions you intend to use that lens, and if you want to go out in the rain, and that might be an issue, of course. I think it's safer to go for the WR version. But if it's just the weather itself, and that you're shooting in in a wet climate, I don't think that's an issue. Yeah, I'm really excited for my 16 1.4, which is supposed to arrive at the beginning of February. Until then, I have something different to play with already. Let me show you that. Because I have just received my new 360 camera. And look at that. That's so amazing. We have the lens right here. Let's see if I can focus that. No. And you have another lens right there. So if you have a look from here, you can see this thing has two lenses and each has a viewing angle of 208 degrees. That's awesome. So wherever you point the camera, it sees everything. So it's a really, really nice little toy. Plug the battery in and the card and check out that display. Fun little toy, the Rilo camera. I will post a review on that and show you some footage as soon as I get there to shoot something with it, because I haven't had the chance to do that until now. And yeah, I need to have a little better weather conditions, because it's raining the whole day and it's no fun to go out and shoot. So for me, I need a little better weather to shoot again, and until then I have enough work to do here in the studio. I have another customer today. In 2 hours we're gonna shoot his portrait. I already did 2 portraits today. I have 3 photography workshops coming up this week. I don't know if you have heard about that, but I'm teaching photography here in my studio for more than 10 years now. And we have a travel photography workshop, we have a street photography workshop, and we have a beginner workshop on Saturday. Oh, we have one more. We have even 4 workshops. We have a experimental photography workshop. Yeah, and I will be creating a lot of English I will create a lot of video workshops in English for you guys, and they will be promoted on my YouTube channel, of course, but I have created a mailing list in which you can sign up, and I will link that. I have already linked it in all my other videos, but I will link it in this video as well, so you can enter your email address and get notified as soon as these videos will be ready to watch. One thing I have to let you know, they will not be for free, because me as a photographer, I make a living of the things that I'm doing, and YouTube is fine and I like to share my knowledge with you guys, but I cannot do everything for free. So these video trainings will not be expensive, really not expensive, but they won't be for free. So now let me see if there are any comments right here. Are you guys having any other questions that you would like me to talk about? Then please write them in the chat here right now in the live stream. Then I would like to help you out if there's anything I can do. If not, then I will be creating new videos for you pretty soon. I have just right now organized all my ideas that I have for my YouTube channel. They have been put in a nice document, and I will create videos even more than I just did. I hope you really enjoyed my Fuji bag, and you saw how I put my stuff in there. I got some really nice feedback for this. No, I haven't tried the Godox flash. It's a really nice and interesting flash system, but I didn't try it until now because I do a lot of studio work, and this studio work, for this work, I use my Broncolor flash system, which is expensive enough already. And when I'm out on the road, then I like to use my my old Canon flashes because they can be used on the Fuji system. They don't offer TTL functionality, but to be honest, I don't care. I like to shoot in manual mode when I use flash, and I know that hypersync yeah, hypersync might be a really nice thing to have when you use the flash outdoor, but to be honest, I didn't invest any money in a new flash system. But if I would, then I would certainly have a closer look at the Godox system. I think it's really, really good. Yeah, you, Gerd. Questions coming in now. Okay, let me see. Gerd wants to know, he is not able to decide between the 35 f2 and 1.4. All right. I'm going into that soon. Let me get to the flash meter at first, because we have been talking about flash right now. I wouldn't recommend any flash meter. You don't need that, because to be honest, who cares what number is on a display? What really counts is, do you want the image to look the way that it looks? And if not, you need to adjust something. So that might be your flash output, that might be your aperture, shutter speed, whatever it is. I do own a flash meter, and I tell you one thing, I need the flash meter to be able to reproduce certain image looks. And I write down the numbers that I got for a special kind of look that I created. And to be able to recreate that some days or weeks later is really helpful. But if you want to create an image that you like, it doesn't matter what number is on your flash meter. My opinion, forget that. Don't waste your money on a flash meter. Okay, questions have also been, yeah, let's go to the 35. Gerd, I hope you're still there. You know, there are certain advantages and disadvantages between the f2 and 1.4 version. Obvious, the 1.4 is better if you look at the numbers. The f2 is better if you look at the features, because it focuses faster, it's smaller. I think it's cheaper. I haven't looked at the prices for a very long time, but I think it's cheaper. So it depends on what your preferences are. I have heard a lot about people that first got the f1.4 version, and then they bought the f2, and they went back to the 1.4 because of the look that this lens creates. And I haven't tried the f2 version for myself. I know that the autofocus speed on the 35 1.4 is sometimes a little, yeah, let's say slow. It's just slow. And but it doesn't matter for my kind of photography because it's still quite fast. I would recommend you try both lenses and you decide for yourself. Go in a store, put them on your camera, take some test shots, and see what suits you better. That's my recommendation. I wouldn't bother too much about, do I take this lens or that lens, because in the end, you know, nobody sees what lens you used to take that picture. Nobody will see that. And I even have a book in my studio. I also showed it on my channel. And this book contains only iPhone pictures. And it happens every day that somebody, a customer, picks up that book, flips through the pages, and gives me feedback on the images. And then I tell them that all the images have been taken on the iPhone. And they take the book again and they look through the images and say, I didn't think that that would be taken on the iPhone. And that's something that is really, really, I think, important for you to understand, that you take the picture and both are great lenses. So, next question. What do you think of the Fujifilm X100F? Gustav Ganz. Awesome username. Gustav, I think it's a great camera. I would really love to have it because it's a nice little package that you can take with you even more often than the Fuji X-T2 or X Pro, because it's really small, produces great image quality, and it has the 23 focal length, I think. I'm not sure, but I think it's the 23, right? Let's look at that. X100F must be 23. It's not the same lens that you get when you buy the 23, of course. So where is the focal length? Yeah, 23, aperture 2. Yeah, lovely camera. For me, it would be difficult to have only this camera because I make money with my photography and I need to be flexible. But as a, let me count, as a third camera in the Fuji system, this has been in my, the X100 has been on my roadmap at least 2 or 3 times already. But yeah, I do a lot of photography, as I just told you, with my iPhone, and the quality on the iPhone is already also very, very good. I know it's not the same, it's not comparable, but I think I wouldn't take it with me too often. So yeah. Are there any more questions right now? Yeah. Gerd, yes, I'm really looking forward for the 16. I hope it will arrive soon, but yeah, I think must be 1 or 2 weeks now, which is fine. I can wait. I got work to do because if I get the lens, then I might be out shooting, and if I don't have the lens, then I can get some work done until then. By the way, today I got my 4,000th subscriber to my channel, which is really, really awesome. I really appreciate that. Let me see if I can link that the info page for my workshops, for my video trainings right now in my live stream. Sebastian, you also got it. That's awesome. Yeah, I need to make a video about the 16. I think this lens is really one of the best lenses that Fuji makes. And I think my new lineup might be the 16, the 23, and the 56. So only these 3 lenses, I think. Awesome setup. Okay, so here's the link for my video workshops. You can just click on that page, sign up, and I will inform you as soon as I got something going. And by the way, a lot of the content that I want to put in these video trainings will be created on my US road trip, which is coming up at the end of April, start of May. I will be in the US for 3 weeks. I will do a lot of street photography on the West Coast. I will do a lot of landscape photography as well. And I want to create a lot of content for my video trainings and for YouTube for my vlog. Yeah, it will be a lot of fun, and I think I'll create a lot of great content for you where you can learn about photography even more. Yes, so we got 7 viewers right now. Awesome. I even got an email that tells me that I'm live. So really interesting stuff. And yeah, what else can I tell you? Let me check. Phone just rang. I hope I'm back now. Yes. Checking on my other screen if it's still working. Yeah. We can do a studio tour. What about that? Hit the thumbs up if you want to do a studio tour right now. Might be interesting for you. Okay. Interesting. We got 1. Yes, the type of clients that you shoot for. That's interesting. Let's do that one. I can see the video quality really sucks. I hope it's not that bad. I hope you stay. But let me show you something that I'm doing, because the work that I'm showing you on YouTube is the work that I do for myself. It's my personal work. It's not the kind of work that I do for my clients. And okay, good to know. Thanks. Let me show you my personal website. I'm gonna link it. No, not my personal website. Let me show you one of my photography business websites. I have more than one, but this is the main one. This one, let me show you that. I'm gonna take the camera right here and switch over. You see my food was still there. So let's go. You see, this is a little overview of stuff that I do for commercial clients. So this ranges from different companies, you know. This, for example, is an advertising campaign that I did, and this image was printed on 500 trucks. And if you're from Germany, then you will see this image every now and then on the highway, for example. We shot this guy here. He's the boss of an real estate company. I shot some architecture for a client here in my hometown. I shot some fashion pictures for a fashion designer. This is a local transport company. I took their pictures for advertising and for recruitment. This is one of my pictures from my event photography stuff. I really like event photography, because with event photography you get a new assignment every 2 minutes at least, and it's really interesting to be quick and to be creative and to find a good spot to get that picture that you need and that the client requests, of course. Let's go in the portrait session. I do use Fujis for that, but I do use it depends. I use the Fujis a lot. I use the Fujis exclusively when I do event photography and stuff like that. If I do portrait stuff, then it depends on the client's needs. And you know, in my studio I also own a Phase 1 with an IQ 180 back. And this is an 80 megapixel image, and it compares to nothing. So really the best image quality that you can think of comes out of my Phase 1 system. And I want to show you what an 80 megapixel image looks like. And I want to do a video about my about the comparison between the Fuji X-T2 and the 80 megapixel camera. And this will be really interesting because in the real world example, I think you won't see a whole lot of differences. But let's go into one of these images that I shot. I have one in mind. Let me see if I can find it. But I think because on a Mac system, it's so easy to find something with Spotlight. Yes, I think this will be really an interesting video to do. Okay, let me see if I'm in the right folder. No. Here. I have two folders. Yeah, I would love that. And as an ex-photographer, I would really be excited to try this camera out before it comes out. That would be so awesome. If Fuji would come out with a higher resolution medium format, I would sell my Phase 1 camera for sure. Okay, let's go for this image. I have a whole sequence that I shot. Let me show you that real quick. So this is a TIFF image, and this image has 638 megabytes. I do also have a JPEG version which has 35. Okay, so let's open that. And you see this is shot in my studio. I'm going to show you the full image first. And if we zoom in to 100%, that's as close as that. And you can see that this looks awesome. And I don't think that this is something that you will get out of an APS-C sensor. So this is an 80 megapixel file. Just one example. Yeah, we did so. She was awesome. Look at this. Awesome face. So let's go in there. And you can see the earring, for example. I think I can even zoom a little more. This is 100%. This is like 200 or 400. Let's go up to somewhere else. Let's go to the eye. I think eyes are always something where you see, okay, it doesn't have the focus on the eyes, but you see the hair. It's just really unbelievable how great this looks on a screen. And if you print these images, you're blown away completely. This is something that the Fuji system cannot deliver until now. And to come back to your question, some people request that quality, and to give that quality to them, I need to use my Phase 1. Anyway, I'm live for half an hour already. It's awesome. Okay, guys, I think I need to get some work done. It was a pleasure to talk to you. I will keep this video online because I think it's valuable for others to watch as well. Be sure to check out the link that I posted. I will put it in the description of this video